Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima, and I'm back on the Switch. Some people might be disappointed by this, but oh well, there's nothing I can really do about it at this point. I wish I had code for Time Spinner or Paddle Box or anything like that, but nobody's sent me anything yet. So yeah, I figured I'd take a look at the Escapists Complete Edition because, well, you know how many games are on Switch right now? There's like 1,000 games on the Switch store. There's no way I'd be able to catch up. And Team 17 have actually been sending me Switch code, even though I haven't been using it. They sent me code for Yoku's Island Express when it came out. And I felt really bad for that one, because that was actually a game I wanted to check out. I just didn't have the time. But I ended up buying it on chrono.gg for like 40% off anyway, so I don't feel too bad about it anymore. So, the Escapists Complete Edition is basically a DLC complete version of the game that came out on PC. You get the original campaign, plus you get all of the bonus levels. There's like 9 of them, so you get something like 15, 16 levels, which, to be fair, if you like the Escapists, that's absolutely fine. I don't think it's a very good game, but we'll get into the multitude reasons of why shortly. There's not that much in the way of sound sliders, and you can see that what I've gone down to here. I actually had them both maxed out. I thought the music was way too loud at maximum, but I'll turn it up just a little bit just to make sure that you can hear it, and your credits are there too. So, when you go to play a game, you have the option to make a new game or continue from one that you saved. There's no save slots. For the main campaign, I can understand this, but for the bonus levels, it kind of annoys me. And I've only been able to play 2 levels. I mean, I could go and play any level in the DLC that I want to, but after having read up on all the DLC levels, it seems like that there is a lot of stuff that I would need to learn in the original levels first. So we're going to go play on Center Perks, which is the first level in the campaign. I've tried to play this level 3 times already. I've fucked up the same way twice, and I will admit that the second time was my fault. I really should have seen it coming, because I'd already done it the first time. But it's still a really annoying sort of quote-unquote feature. But we'll get into that when the game decides it wants to load. The game saves at the end of every in-game day once you go to sleep. So we'll be starting at the beginning of a new day and we can learn the ropes of the prison together. Except not really, because I've been playing this for about 2 hours at this point. This isn't as hard on the Switch battery as, say, a game like Doom is. But, yeah. So, the way the Escapist works is that it's more like a prison life simulator more than anything else, except that most of the mechanics are based around the idea of trying to get out of the prison, hence the name, the Escapists. Strangely enough, it appears to have put us back to day 1. I'm not entirely sure why it's done that. I thought I got to day 2 on this save, but oh well. So the general idea is that everything takes place over the course of days, and there are periods in these days, as outlined up the top there. Right now, it's morning roll call. We also get told who's going to get their cells searched. That's important for a particular reason later. And then we just go on about our day. There are multiple things we can do throughout the day. We do have jobs that we can get. We have multiple periods where we can go and do things like exercise or just other sort of things like that. In fact, we can actually just go and leave right now. There's no reason for us not to at this point. We have full energy. Although, to be fair, I really shouldn't do that because there are things we can do in here. So, if I talk to Vladimir, for example, he'll ask me for a dice. Now, that's a good mission. We can take that sort of mission. What about James over here? Officer Radford's curiosity has landed him at the top of my beatdown list. Want to earn some cash? Maybe is basically what you want to do for no, because you do not want to outright deny people in this game, because it will decrease their opinion of you, and if you let it get down too low, they will try and beat the shit out of you completely randomly, even in places where it makes absolutely no sense to try. For example, you have, say, I don't know why it's showing me the tutorials again, I've already been through this level twice, but even if it doesn't make any sense, like you saw at morning roll call, everybody's lined up, there's 3 guards directly in front of you. People will try and beat the shit out of you at morning roll call, and it will get the shit beaten out of them in return. And that is honestly completely pointless and stupid, and I'm not entirely sure why they've made that a thing. There are also other things we can do. As you saw, I just went for a bit of a run, and now I'm going to go and have a bit of a lolling at cats moment. I'm not entirely sure why a prison has access to the internet, but it is a good way to get your intelligence up. You have 3 different sets of stats. You have strength, speed, and intelligence. The only way to get them up is by going and doing exercise. This is the only thing that takes energy away, by the way. Also, I think doing things like cutting up the fence, for example, will get you energy drops. But anyway, as I was saying, you have 3 different sets of stats: strength, speed, and intelligence. Speed lets you move faster, strength lets you hit harder. Intelligence lets you craft more items. There is a crafting system in this game, but we're not going to get too deep into that today because I want you to see what a regular day in prison is like before we get into the whole escaping thing. Because the thing is, in this game, they don't actually teach you that much about what to do. They show you what the crafting system is and one example of what works in it. They show you something you can do, like putting on a guard's outfit and then sneaking out the front door without a key, which is impossible. And outside of that, it's really, really basic for a tutorial, you know? There are other things we can do, like we can try and steal from other people's cells, but as you can see, the vision in this game is a little bit bizarre. So we're looking for a dice and a file. Thankfully, we have a file right here. And there are other things that we can make use of as well. Unfortunately, none of them are really in here. We're going to try and make a way to get out of the prison eventually, but for now, we're just going to go and have a little bit of a look around. This is the least objectionable way of finding items in this game. There are more objectionable ways, like for example, you can try and beat the ever-loving bejesus out of someone and steal items off their bodies, but this is the fastest way to either get your shit kicked in every now and again, or to get certain or to make it so that you have to continue beating the shit out of them in order to actually get shit off their body. It can be kind of unfortunate. Who do we need to give that to again? Right, so there's your strength, speed, and your intelligence. You can also equip weapons. There's my favorites. I need to find Joshua next time I get a chance. And you can also see some notes. Strangely enough, half the shit wasn't actually there when I started the game before. I don't know why. It seems to not let you keep notes about what you can craft between games, except sometimes for some reason. There's all your controls. They're a little difficult to understand if I'm being perfectly honest, but I mean, they're not too bad once you get completely used to them. And you can change your audio here and just go back to your previous save game if you feel like you've screwed up on a particular day. So now it's lunchtime, but they won't particularly care if I miss it, but frankly, I could use the energy, and I could also use the opportunity to find Joshua. No, that's Jeff. Joshua. You said you wanted the file, right? Yep, so he's paid me out now. And I will go and grab a food tray and sit down for a little bit just to get some of my energy back. Alright, so now it's time to go and do my job. If I don't go and do my job, I will lose it. And there are ways to get better jobs, however most of them involve beating the crap out of people that you don't like and leaving them tied up. This is honestly really annoying. Right, I need to get it from the dirty laundry, and I need to put it in the washing machine so it becomes clean laundry. I'm gonna sneeze. There we go. So, there are different jobs you can get that involve doing different things throughout the prison. Like, you can do things like deliver letters and do maintenance on the grounds. The jobs available differ depending on what level you're playing. However, if you don't actually do them, you will lose them, because that is actually a thing in this game. If you don't fulfill your job quota every day, you will eventually lose your job. And your job actually gives you money in this game, and money is invaluable because you can trade with dudes that have the little money bags over their heads. Like you saw that guy who just wandered into that door just there into the showers. We can actually trade with him if we have a good enough bond with him. So I can buy chocolate, a razor blade, a metal sheet, or some step ladders. Now here's the problem with the game's crafting system. They don't actually tell you what you can actually craft with. Now, there is a way to find out. It's called a wiki. And the wiki is honestly the last thing I want to do in a game like this. I want to take the sock because it's the only way to make a weapon that I can actually remember off the top of my head. But The only way to get things like, you know, crafting recipes for free is to go onto a wiki and find them, because they are really, really freaking annoying about what, oh good, there it is, there's the duct tape, so I can actually demonstrate what the crafting system is like now, but yeah. Basically, the only way to do it without putting yourself at a major disadvantage is to go and look it up on the wiki. There is a way to find out. I'm not going to say there isn't. So if we put together 2 of these and then we put a roll of duct tape in there, we can craft a pair of flimsy cutters. And we can use those cutters later on, but for now we can't actually do anything with them. There is a payphone here, for example, but you can buy tips. And these tips will include things like, guards can't see you from the watchtowers at night. That's a thing. If I were to go and try and... Ooh, Vladimir's been knocked the fuck out. I'm not entirely sure why, but I'm not going to try and steal his shit. Showers actually give you an energy boost, so there's a reason to actually come into them, even if you're not going to take part in the exercise period. But yes, the general idea is that you want money. You want as much money as you can possibly get, because other than beating the crap out of people and seeing what they've got on their person, generally the only way to get items in this game, the general ones that you're looking for at least, is to do things like go through people's stuff. So you are kind of stuck with either making them really pissed off at you, and again, just getting the shit kicked out of you at with no particular rhyme or reason, or just like looking through their desks every single day. You have a random assortment of stuff in your desk as well, and you won't get told off for looking through your own desk. But strangely enough, no, I don't want that. I want to put together the sock and a bar of soap to make soap on a rope, or just, you know, soap sock, and we can equip that, and that'll make me stronger. We'll explain why this is a bad thing later on, but for now, that works well enough. But yeah, you want money, because you can trade with people in this game, but if you don't have the money, you're not going to be able to do shit. Also, it's a good way to, I've already been through all these, let's not do that. It's a good way to get items, and I don't know if there are any other uses for money in this game, because again, I've only been in 2 levels, and these 2 levels are, I'm on the lookout. Oh, no, a light is actually pretty doable. Let's, walk away from him, and there we go. So now I've got the favor. Next morning roll call, distract the guards. I don't want to do that. And no, I don't want to beat down Rhodes or Officer Radford. Actually, does this guy have something I need? He has a baton and a hammer, which would be nice, because I could use them to, like, bash through a wall or something. But yes. So yeah, this is generally what the day is like. The days are actually really long, especially if you're doing something along the lines of trying to study or trying to exercise, because doing exercise in this game is really annoying, because you basically just have to repeat the ZL and ZR buttons. And it's kind of frustrating, if I'm being perfectly honest, because of how long it takes. The days can go on for a while, and you'll eventually start thinking to yourself, oh man, can I just have the day pass over already so I can get new favors and just have stuff respawn inside the item crates and whatever. There are things that the guards can do and all of that I haven't gone into yet, but we'll get into them in day 2 once we actually try and start planning our escape. Right now I actually want to try and get my intelligence up as high as possible, because again, intelligence is required for crafting the better items. Unfortunately, it doesn't give you an idea of what the stat is at unless you go and actually have a look at the pause menu. Not the worst thing in the world, just a kind of annoying little thing. Alright, let's see how high my intelligence is. I think it needs to be at least 50. Yeah, 55. That'll do the trick. Let's see if we can go find that lighter before the sun goes down. And look, someone's already had the crap beaten out of them. We could probably go over there and see what he has without any kind of penalty. But, oh, I want that, but... Yeah, screw it, let's take it. Okay, yep, got that. He doesn't have a lighter, though. Okay. Nope, he noticed. That bastard. Somehow he noticed that I took a shit from him while he was out cold on the floor. I'm not entirely sure how that works. Search the desk, damn it. If you so much as move an inch while they're being searched, it will cancel. There we go. There's the lighter that I'm looking for. So, Who needs that again? I've gone and forgotten. There's going to be one last roll call period where I can hand it over. So, favors. It needs to go to Tobias. Right. Notably, all the guards' names and... no, there is one more roll call, isn't there? Pretty sure there is. It might just go straight to lights out on this one. Yeah, evening roll call. That's what I thought. Where is he? Oh. Tobias, right. Oh, there he is. Hi. Here, take your lighter. Okay. You can also just outright give people money to improve their opinion of you, but it doesn't do it on as great a, it doesn't do it on as great as, what's it called? It isn't as good as just doing favors for them if they have the time to do that. Who am I again? Because this game actually... I'm Cooper, right. Alright, so... Too bad. That was one day. The days in this game are very long. Alright, so let's get on to the ifs and hows about escaping, shall we? So, if I can just, like, get into my desk to see what's actually here. No, it hasn't actually respawned yet. Bugger. Alright, let's continue on. Alright, so let's get into the long and short of escaping while we're waiting here. So, most of the items you can craft are related to the art of escaping. I've got flimsy cutters here, which is one way to escape because I can go through the fence. There are also other ways out. Like, for example, there is an air vent system on the roof. You can knock out guards and take their keys. However, in the most annoying bit of game design I've seen in a long time, even if they didn't see you come up to them and knock them the hell out and steal the key, you will get thrown into solitary. If you get your... Whoops. You will get thrown into solitary so fast. I want that duct tape. You will get thrown into solitary so fast if you attempt to... I lost my train of thought there, I'm sorry. You need 6 more intellect. Bollocks. Right, let's go and get that just while we're here. I won't get punished for it. Yeah. If you have a key, you will get thrown into solitary straight away. Even if the guard is flat on their ass. It's usually when they wake up, but even if they don't know where you are, like even in normal situations where your guard heat will be at like 100, you can see your guard heat up the top, and you put it up by doing things the guards don't like or just having a guard who's a particular ass. But if you have a key, and this is the only situation that I know of that it happens, you will immediately get shut the hell up and thrown straight into solitary for no discernible reason, and I'm not sure why. There are other things as well, like for example, I can take their weapons and I can take their outfits, and they will actually be fooled if you put on the outfit, which is a nice touch, and you can use that to get out as well. However, the keys do seem to be important for getting out later. There are ways to create fake keys, but they are annoying. It's annoyingly in-depth. You have to go and make like 2 different kinds of items which require high intelligence, and it's kind of hard, and I can't for the life of me remember. And there are other things as well, but as you can see, a lot of items are actually contraband. Yeah, that's not actually my cell. This is my cell. So, yes. There are other ways out. Okay, I'll drop it after I put it down in the right spot. Funnily enough, he didn't care that I picked it up again right after yeah, whatever. Yeah, for some reason it won't actually let me put it down there. It'll only let me put there. Christ. So you can see there's an air vent system. We can use that to get out if we feel like it, but there are things that will get you beat the fuck up and thrown into solitary in this game, which basically means you skip a few days. The general idea is that if you have a item that is an illegal item in your cell, in your desk, you will get done in. You will also get done in for having something like, you know, the wall being destroyed via something like a hammer or something like that. But you can do something like put a poster over it, but you actually need to craft a poster. There is also stuff along the lines of having a guard tied up or something like that. You know, just general things that would usually get you done in a prison would get you done in here as well. You can also do things like screw with the other prisoners, but again, this will result in people trying to beat the crap out of you out of nowhere. And unless you've got really high strength, which increases your health and your damage, it will not do you any favors because, yeah, there are things for this. Like, for example, if you have a weapon, you stand a better chance of being able to beat somebody up, but you probably want the strongest weapon you can get your hands on, which means getting a lot of money and trying to buy one from the other inmates. There are other things that you can do, but yeah. He's on the lookout for a dice, but we haven't actually found any dice yet. Usually they're in other people's cells or whatever. Hi, next morning roll call. Alright, what are you selling right now? Are you selling... Nope. Are you selling a baton? I could really use one right now. You're not. Fantastic. What about you? Are you selling... Nope, you're not selling a baton either. He's selling timber, which you can use to craft into a handle for something like a pickaxe. That's something you can use to get through, like, some walls and stuff. He's on the lookout for sleeping pills. I might actually want to talk to him. There is another system that you can do, like, if you have someone who likes you enough, they will actually follow you around. Oh, yes, he's got a baton. Right, cool. Now I can equip this. Nope, that's the wrong button. That's the right button. Okay. And the baton is a relatively strong item, so I want to have one because I do plan on trying an escape. And I've got most of the components here I need already, so we will just see how I can actually go about this escape. This is a very low security prison, so the thing about the low security prison is that it has the most ways to escape, and therefore I find it to be the most interesting prison to try and escape, because it means you've got a lot of options. The thing is, I've actually went and looked, let me try that again. I went and did a little bit of studying on the wiki, and because, you know, I was already there, I figured why the hell not do the full Monty? That's not actually what I meant. Why not do the full thing? I really shouldn't have said the full Monty. Obviously, I've got a one-track mind. But the thing is, I went and had a look on the wiki, and it seems that what the other levels do is they mainly just seem to make it so that you either need to follow a really intense regimen of getting an escape plan ready, instead of the more free-flow, free-form stuff that you can do in this sort of game by brain welcome here, by just finding your own escape route out. And some people might appreciate this, but me, it's just the long days and the fact that you have this annoying tendency to get the shit beat out of you if you do the wrong thing. And if you end up losing all your health, you'll lose all the items you're carrying. There are things you can do in order to actually hide your stuff. Like you can get into something like a locked room or into the vents or something and end up doing something along the lines of... Oh, God, my brain's not working with me today. Come on. Yeah, if you end up losing all your health and you have a bunch of illegal items on you, they'll all get taken away. Same thing about getting thrown in solitary. So you just end up in these annoying sorts of positions where you need to stay out of as much trouble as possible. You can only carry 6 items on you, by the way. So, you know, good luck fulfilling a full-on escape plan outside of, you know, just sneaking outside in the dark and cutting the fence, which is what we're going to be doing. Speaking of which, how am I doing on intelligence? I think I need a bit more in order to get the last set of cutters, but I'm also going to need some duct tape, so I need to go look for some more. I can't take too long though, because when the sun sets, I'm going to be out of time. I need to be outside as soon as I can. That's a file. I don't need a file right now. Admittedly, some of the ways you can screw with the other prisoners, like making it so that they have an illegal item and get thrown into solitary, or they have a, or you can beat them up multiple times to keep them from going to their job so you can steal it and get higher paid, or just, you know, little things like that are kind of nice, but just the overall pace of the game and how careful you need to be is just not appealing to me. I'm not entirely sure why, but it can get really annoying when you've tried to escape several times, failed every time, and it just, you have to go and start building up all the items and stuff again. Beep, beep, beep. I wonder if you can even hear that. And the fact that you have to go and look everything up in the wiki or spend a ridiculous amount of money is honestly not great. So what we're going to do is we're going to hide out here for a while. We're just going to wait for night to fall, then we're going to swap into the guard outfit and we're going to try and get through the fence with our lightweight cutters. I'm going to see he's getting there. There we go. Okay, so I've got a little bit of guard heat on me, but yeah. We could also go and do something like take their keys and try and use them to find a way out by going into the staff area and seeing what they've got in there, or just general things like that. We can drop items on the floor, so if we had access to like the blue areas, we could hide something in there and, you know, do something along the lines of that. That's the warden there, by the way. He's probably got something on him that's worth taking, but you get the general idea at this point, right? It's a pretty repetitive thing. It makes you play these really repetitive and long days just waiting for more stuff to happen. They say that, you know, you should bide your time, which is... It makes sense when you're thinking about a Prison Break game, but I'm not entirely sure why it doesn't appeal to me as much as something else does, but... Or anything else, I should say, but... Yeah, it's just a bit too slow and a little bit too risk-heavy for my liking, especially when most of the missions involve beating people up and not being able to get them back up without earning a ton of money. That's a car. Okay. Don't worry, it's about to fall nighttime, and once it does, we can swap into this guard outfit and see what we can do. As I said, the guard towers can't see what I'm doing, and my best manner of escape is probably going out the front. I can probably do it during roll call as well. You can see that their vision cones get a fair bit smaller. Let's just try and get out of the way of the light. I think it's time to put the guard outfit on. Let's do that. We'll put the guard outfit on. We've got our weapon equipped, and we've got our tools ready, so we can try this escape as soon as nighttime completely falls, which will be in about 10 minutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get cutting. Oh, no, never mind. For some reason, the guard tower was still able to see me, so... Yep, I've been put in here. I could have sworn the hint said the guard tower wouldn't have been able to see me at night. I'm not entirely sure why it was able to see me, but it did. So I've lost all my illegal shit, and I get to start the whole process again. I could have put some of my illegal shit into my cell, and they wouldn't have picked it up until... Yeah, I'm Cooper, so I would have been safe from that. I could have put some of the illegal shit in my cell and then just waited, but yeah. Not a great situation, so now I get to go through yet another day in prison, and I'm stuck at the very beginning. There is one upside to all this, which is that the work I did on that fence is going to stay like that. So... now all I need to do is go and make that stuff again, and maybe up my strength so I can survive more than one shot from the guard tower. That's entirely a thing that I can do. He's on the lookout for a super sock mace. That's nice. There's a crowbar. That would be useful if I had like 75 bloody money. Poor James. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of character in this game as well. I mean, it's not too bad, and there is a little bit of humor sprinkled in there. And admittedly, there are some of the bonus levels, which look way more just in general interesting. But again, I've only played these 2 levels, which is one that basically takes place in a summer camp. And it's... Oh no, I've already got the bar of soap. I need the sock, which is a bizarre thing I never thought I'd say, but there you go. Yeah, just in general though, this whole thing here has just been... The whole theme of it just so far, at least in the base levels, seems relatively uninteresting. It seems really generic. And there are a couple of things I kind of missed out on as well. Like, for example, they don't really give you much in the way of, he's got anything interesting in here? He's got a lighter. What were my favors at the moment? Dye, sleeping pills, and ink. I think I saw an ink before. I might have missed it. Because an ink could be useful. It might get me an item that I need. No, I think it might have been something else. Alright, let's go and work our strength up a bit. And yeah, we just have to alternate between ZL and ZR, because of course we do. That's just how things happen in this game. It's not that bad of an idea for a game, but I just find the slow pace, just the general chances of you getting your shit kicked in if you aren't careful, and the fact that you basically have to go and look up the Wii key for anything related to the game is honestly quite frustrating to me, and I don't know, I'd approve of it more maybe if it was a little bit faster. Like, why do I have to do this whole strength training stuff? Can't they just make it so that it skips me forward 5 minutes? Can't they make it so... it'd be nice if it was an option. Just anything that make the game pace go by a little bit faster would be much better, in my personal view. Yeah, you can see that someone tried to beat the shit out of someone and they got the shit beaten out of them right back. Actually, what happened to you? Oh, you have ink. Thanks. I'm gonna get some of my strength back so I can do some more working out. Bit bizarre that showers do that, but there you go. Oh, I really should talk about the combat in this game, because combat in this game is definitely one of my least favorite things. Basically, it happens almost automatically. You can press, like, the X button while next to someone to punch them or attack them if you've got a weapon equipped, but it can be kind of annoying to deal with, because it's basically, if you aren't stronger than the dude you're fighting and you don't have a good weapon, you're going to lose. It's pretty much guaranteed. There's no, like, actual gameplay to it. It's just trying to make sure that your strength is as high as humanly possible. And other than that, there's really not that much else to the combat. Yep, you are too fatigued. That's pretty much exactly what I expect. So let's just go hide in the showers again. How is my strength doing? It should be pretty high at this point, 56. I need to go find more duct tape and more duct tape and more files in order to make better cutters. If I make the best cutters, I might actually be able to get out at my next attempt at cutting the fence. But let's just do a little bit more working out first, just to be safe. Oh no, but I have to go and do my job. At least they'll get me a bit of money, so next time I see all the dudes, I'll be able to take the outfits and put them in there. So next time I see all the dudes, I should be able to be like, hey, you got anything good that I can buy? I am working! What the fuck are you talking about, you stupid guard? Obviously, guards in this game can hate you for no reason, because it wouldn't be a prison game without it. There we go. So that's my work done. Oh, hey, Marcus. All he's got is a broom. I'm guessing whoever knocked him out stole all his stuff. back to working out, I suppose, and... Where did my cutters go? Well, shit. I'm guessing that the guards stole them from me. Fan-freaking-tastic. Now I have to go make them again. Okay, do you have what I need? You do not have what I need. Do you have... you're on the lookout for a super soccer maze, of course you are. You have a baton, which would be useful, but not what I need. And he has a guard outfit, but it didn't do me much good last time, so... Great, I guess we're going to go and have a look for the components to build a pair of cutters again. Unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be that much, because I've already been through these drawers quite a few times already. Nope. There are probably other ways out that I just don't have in mind. Like, I could get a shovel and start digging somewhere, but chances are I wouldn't be able to do that without running into some kind of trouble. There we are, some duct tape. No soap, though. Nope. That is really unfortunate. Where did it go exactly? I thought I built them, but... There's gonna be nothing in here, is there? Nope. Yeah, I've already been through this desk like 3 times. What the hell am I doing? I just dropped my duct tape. Please don't tell me I dropped them by accident, because that would have meant the guard already picked them up. Well, if I did, I would have seen them there. Yeah, shut up, officer. Dropped the damn duct tape again. Damn it. No files. That's unfortunate. I want to take a cookie, though, because it can bring my health back up to max. Or just a little bit better, I suppose. Yeah, sure, another cookie, why not? Don't even know why I'm carrying this. And who was it that needed the ink? It was, Jeff. Oh, yeah, there he is. Jeff, come here. Here, take your damn ink. Right, so if I want to continue on with my current plan, there's nothing left to do, and this video is already 40 minutes long, but you get the idea of how this game is supposed to play, so... Let's go do something a little stupid. Can we find any decent weaponry? I don't think I'll be able to... Alright, we'll take the plastic knife and we'll try and beat the crap out of the warden with it. Wrong button. It's right on the D-pad. Hi. Oh. You're not the one I meant to beat up. I'm not entirely sure why I can't beat up the warden, but... Oh, well, that guy hates me now, so he'll be likely to beat the shit out of me at any sort of... What about the officer? Okay, so I beat the crap out of the officer, and there's the key. Now, I can't actually take that without him getting really pissed off, but I can take his baton and his guard outfit, which I approve of. So now that I've got that, let's beat the crap out of some more people, shall we? Nope, nothing. Ronald's, he's got more duct tape, which I do not need. I need files, damn it. drops a homewood. Bonk. He has the Cyan Key, which unlocks the back rooms, which would be nice, but... Oh, hi. There's Socks again, and as you can see, he tried to beat me up because he doesn't like me. That's exactly how this game works. I can eat that to get my health and energy back. Oh, hello, Radford. I'll beat you up. You have the yellow key, which is not what I'm looking for. The different guards have different keys. Actually, you know what? Just for the purpose of trying to remember how this works, let me go look up what the key is that you need to actually get out the front door. Keys on the Escapist wiki. Cool. The entrance key is apparently purple. Oh no, that's the key to get out. Alright, no, that's the key to get out the front door. Right, I'm still gonna need the bloody thing to cut through the fence. There's the warden again, but nope, still can't beat the crap out of him. There's the green key again. The staff key is apparently the red key. So yeah, the prison's going to lockdown now. Everybody's running right to their cells, and everybody's looking for me, and they're not going to find me that easily. I'm going to take the red key, just to show you what this does. So, I beat the crap out of him, and I took his key. So I should actually be able to get into the staff room now, which I can do. And I can't beat the crap out of the jobber, so I can try and hide. So if you sentence with pride, get employed. Sure, dude, sure. See? And we've traced it back to you, so take some time out in solitary. Like, you don't even get knocked out. You just get immediately thrown into the cell without any sort of thing. Like, I can understand the guards hunting you down like a blind fury trying to get their stuff back, but that honestly just feels like too much. For a game that seems relatively... yeah, see what I mean by getting the shit kicked out of you at random? That just happens. But yeah, for a game that seems relatively committed to the idea of a general prison escape sort of thing, having that happen just seems entirely against the point. There are some other things I've gone over, like if someone likes you enough, you can bring them along as a buddy and order them to beat someone up. But other than that, I think I've been over all the major mechanics. And just honestly, I don't really like this game. I think there's just a bit of weird things wrong with it, like the pacing and some of the weird things like guards and prisoners can do and shit like that. I don't like it. Also the fact that it's just generally too long. So there you go. I'm not going to play this anymore. I already put too much time into it yesterday trying to find something I like about it, but honestly, it just isn't sitting right with me. So, there you go. This will be available on the Switch very shortly. I believe the review embargo just lifted as I'm recording this video, so I can put this up pretty much anytime I want, which means it's probably going up tomorrow since it's already 10 AM. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.